Hey y'all, welcome back to Rock Natural, and I'm coming to you today with a new video. Before we get started, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below so you can learn more hair tips and tricks, makeup videos, lifestyle, and so much more. But let's get right into this video. So I'm coming to you today with a video on how to do these passion twists. I've been seeing them all over and I was like, I have to try them. I have a vacation coming up and I always like to rock some type of natural style on vacation so I don't have to worry about my hair, and it's just really quick, easy, and to go. These are super light and super cute and I'm just so excited to rock every outfit with them. And there are a bunch of different methods out there, but I wanted to show you the method I decided to use and how it worked for my hair and what I experienced is doing them. So if you're interested in seeing what that looks like, keep watching. Okay, so I got these twists. I'm doing like the passion twist. And I did majority off camera. I've been doing it for some hours now and it just took a long time, which I feel like anytime I'm doing some type of singles or something where I'm doing smaller parts within my hair, it just takes a long time. So I have about 2 rows left, and before I actually show you how I do this, I just want to show you 2 things. So my twists are coming out like 2 ways. So as you can see here, this is the kind I want. And then every now and then they'll come out like this. And I'm super confused because I did the same thing for both of these. But when I was first starting out, the same thing happened. And I was like, oh no. This is now not how I was expecting this to go. So 2 things I think. One is I think the product. Prep your hair well before you actually put the twist in, because I think the product really affects how the hair twists overall. Like for these back ones, I was using a lot of product on my hair before I actually twisted it, and then I was realizing that it just didn't come out the way I wanted. So then the second row I did it differently and it came out with the perfect twist, and I was like, oh my god, yes, this is what I want. So the other thing I think that's happening is if you don't have the right amount of hair, and I know this sounds tricky because it's like, well, how do you know you have the right amount of hair? I'm going to show you the amount of hair that I use that I find works well, and then you'll be able to see. Hopefully they all come out like this when I'm showing you and not necessarily like this, but if it does, it'll be real life and you'll see that it happens. One thing I did notice is that you just want to stay away from products that are extremely wet, like water, leave-in. I was using both of those things. I was like, I want to keep my hair super moisturized in these twists and not really thinking about what it can do to the actual hair. But I have been using this Honeybees Styling Braiding Beeswax Gold product, and I just picked this up from my local beauty supply store, and this works great because I just put a little bit of this on my ends and on the rest of my hair just to make sure it blends in with the curly hair. But so far I'm loving it. I'm super excited to see how it turns out. It's super lightweight. So let me go ahead and show you another thing. So there's 2 ways I saw to do them. One is with no rubber bands and you 3-strand twist your hair and then start twisting. So you'll 3-strand twist for about 5 rounds and then you'll start twisting. I started off that way because I was like, I don't necessarily want to use rubber bands, but it was just sliding right off my hair. Like my hair was too soft, the hair was too soft, and it was just not working. So then I tried the rubber band method. With the rubber band method, you need some type of crocheting needle. So I thought I had one, but I did not have one, so I had to improvise, and this is what I came up with. So I left because I thought I was going to do the 3-strand twist method because I was like, I don't necessarily want to put rubber bands in my hair. I just had a box braid style about a month or so ago, and that had rubber bands, so I was like, trying not to use rubber bands just for that simple fact, but it just is happening. So I did not grab an additional because I also thought I had a crochet needle somewhere but couldn't find it. If you need help parting around your hair, I would say find someone. I just kind of guess with my hands, hoping that it's as straight as it can be. I also will take my phone and just kind of like do a 360 around my head after I part to see if there's any part that I need to be fixed, and then I'll just try to fix it myself. I've been doing it for a while now, so I kind of got a groove, but if you're new to it, then you might just need to ask someone for help. Let me go ahead and show you what I do. So in this clip here, you'll see that I sprayed the hair a little bit with some leave-in, like the hair right after I took it out the package. That I don't think affects the curl at all. It was just to give it a little moisture and a different smell because it smelled kind of funny. I'm using, oh, probably should show you the pack. So I'm using this crochet hair, and this is the water wave. There's a bunch of different crochet hairs that you can use, but this is just the one I picked up. So yeah, I just picked this up also from my local beauty supply store. I believe it was like $6, and I got 4 packs. It also depends on the size that you want your twist to be. I wanted mine like medium, not super small, not super big, but the right size. So 4 so far has worked for me. I have 6 sections left, and this is how much hair I have left, which I think will be more than enough because I take, so with the crochet hair, it's already sectioned off. Like this is a perfectly sectioned piece that I just pulled from here. And then what I do is I take one of the pieces and I split it in half. This, put the other piece to the side and use it for another one. Then I take the hair and I kind of offset it so that it's longer on each side, as you can see here. And this is just so the ends are kind of feathered and it gives it a little bit more length. It was length 12, and I mean they're a pretty good length when I offset them so that they're not exactly lined up. After you do that, you would just want to take your fingers starting at the bottom and brush your thumb through them to get them kind of fuzzy. This is also how you get the body of the twist, because if you left it just like that with the super tight spirals, it just wouldn't look good unless you're doing like a smaller twist, you know. So you continue to run your thumbs through it until you think it's fluffy enough for you. And I start at the bottom and work my way up just because I find that it doesn't tangle that way. So when I put the rubber bands in, I left them kind of loose because of the method that I'm using. I mean, I think even if you were using a crochet needle, you would want to leave it kind of loose. But let me show you what I'm doing to improvise. Just in case you don't have a crochet needle, you can do this method. So you take a bobby pin, slide the hair in the bobby pin, and then take the end here and push this through the base of the twist or the base of your parting. You got it pulled through now. Look, super easy, I'm telling you. Obviously, if you're doing like a actual crochet style, I would not suggest this method. And crocheting needles are like $1, okay? So you have the loop here, and instead of taking both through, because it could potentially slide off, you just want to take one section, pull it through. It could slide off like if your rubber band pops. Pull it through, pull, and then I like to just pull my hair to tighten the rubber band a little bit more. There we go. So you can see that my ends are just a tad dry, so I take a little bit of the beeswax product I was talking about and I just apply that to the ends of my hair. And this does not mess with the hair too much, like if you were using a leave-in or some water. So then you take your hair, split it in two, and the hair, make sure it's in two. So they say braid tight, but I don't think you should be braiding like twisting so tight. So you just want to twist enough to where it feels good and looks good. So let me show you what I mean by that. Like, I'm not pulling this super tight, but I'm making sure it's not loose either. So as you can see, like, this is the perfect twist. And this is how you can tell that it's coming out, it's gonna come out good. all the way to the ends. And I have a feeling that they're just going to stay by themselves and you won't need to like soak them or anything. So then you let it go and look, bam, perfect twist. Let's do one more and then I'm going to do the other ones off camera and then come back and show you the finished product. So this time I'm going to do one in the front. Here we go. Take your split section and get a whole quote unquote bundle. So you just pull a fresh one. Like you don't even have to separate it yourself. The thing with crochet is that they already have it separated in the container or in the package. So you just have to pull it out. All right. So now we're just gonna offset these a little bit. So there we go. And then start at the bottom. Fluff it out. All right, take your bobby pin or your crochet needle, pull it through. You have to take this side because if you take this side, then your hair could potentially get stuck in the middle and it could just get real messy. So when I'm pushing it through, I actually like to hold it in the center of two of my fingers like this and then just push it through the base and then pull through and keep the two sections in your hand. Take out the bobby pin. You have the loop. Put one section through, pull, and then tighten a little bit. The rubber band some more just so it's nice and tight and it'll stay, not loose. And then put a little bit of the beeswax products on the end of your hair. And then begin twisting. So I think in total so far it's taken me 5 hours to do. Let's see, is this one gonna turn out perfect? Can't tell. Once you let it go, that's the true revealing of if the twist is gonna turn out like ones over here. And like I said, I can't really put my finger on. I mean, those are just the two things I observed. Having enough hair in the product. See, it didn't come out like this. Wait, it didn't come out like this one. It came out like this. But I like both. Like, I think the mix for me is good. If you're very particular, I would just say like try to figure out how to make them all look like this. This one still looks like a twist. It's just looser. Which the thing I like about these passion twists is that they look like your hair, right? All your twists look different. And so if the passion twists look different, fine with me. I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of these off camera now that you got it down. Rewind if you need to see how to do them. And I'm going to be back to show you the finished product. I'm back. I finished and I just love it. I think that I just need to get used to it. They're not heavy at all, which I love. They're really just like super thick and bouncy and light, and I love it. Well, be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already. Let me know in the comments below if you tried the passion twist and what you have experienced personally with the twisting style, and if you found that, you know, the twist turned out different sometimes, or if they all turned out the same. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next upload. Toodles!